Hi, everybody. I'm Pete Krupski, the voice of USA Hockey's National Team Development Program. You're watching CTV Sports. Coming up next on CTV, it's the Sports Guys with our good friends Steve, Chuck, and Rod. Don't miss it.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Sports Guy. You'll notice we got an empty chair over here. Christian's on vacation, so we're on our own. So we're just going to kind of fake it. My name is Steve Bainey. I got Chuck Hiller next to me and Rod Kilgren on the corner. And I want to give a shout out to the marketing department. They're going to put on a photo shoot for the Lions yearbook. Next Monday, we're going to meet in Windows Cafe at 11 a.m. If you have any questions, you can contact either Lisa or Logan in the marketing department, and we're going to try to get a gang over there to get a nice picture. All right, so we're going to get started. All right, we're going to do some Tigers baseball to get going. Last week, of course, the Tigers split with the White Sox, and then the number one team in Major League Baseball played the number one team in the National League, the Cubs. And the Tigers won the first game 3-1 on Skubal's gorgeous pitching.
Beautiful.
He went 7 2/3. Gave up 8 hits, no walks.
Right, there we go.
1 earned run and 6 Ks. So that was
It's a
excellent
little
game.
low on the K,
Yeah.
but that team can hit.
Like you say, you got the number one team
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
National League. So then on Saturday, they lost 6-1. But then they came back Sunday and they won 4-0. Definitely shut down those big bats of the Chicago Cubs.
And the big discussion, the umpiring, right? You know about that.
Oh, I haven't heard
they've
about that.
Yeah, they've gone all the way to the top brass about the umpiring. It was quite poor.
Oh, okay.
They had another one of those deals where, that far, off of the plate that far, and they were calling it a strike.
Yeah.
And there seemed to be some discussion of maybe we wanted to have the other team win, but we didn't go to the higher authorities. The Cubs did.
Yeah, okay.
They just thought it was very poor officiating.
Yeah. Like it seems like it's getting more frequent. But maybe it's just me, or maybe it's just standing out more.
Well,
But anyway, we got some news from the Stanley Cup. We got the Edmonton Oilers in game number 1. Won against the Florida Panthers 4-3 in overtime.
double overtime, wasn't it?
What's that?
Wasn't it double
The
overtime?
first game was only single overtime.
Okay, the first one. Okay.
And they scored with 1.06
Uh-huh.
seconds to go. And then in the second game, the Panthers jumped up in double overtime,
Yep.
and they won it 5-4. And Edmond actually tied up the game with 18 seconds left in the game.
I tell you.
You know, I'll tell you.
Yeah,
if you like exciting hockey, I'll tell you.
Yeah, that's it.
I'll wait till the last seconds.
You know, yeah.
I mean, in the beginning, it's just back and forth. And
Yeah, but they're banging each other quite well.
Yeah.
They're
like I
not
say,
playing, stay away from me. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Yeah, because the playoffs this year, I mean, both hockey and basketball, man, they got some exciting games.
Yeah.
And we're going to move on to Indiana Pacers, and they played Oklahoma City, and they won 111-110. And that was another game where Halliburton was scored the winning shot with .3 seconds left.
That was questionable, but anyway, that's one of That's what it showed
Well,
later.
you know, because in that game, like say that, who was it? Alexander came down with, I don't know, like 24 seconds left, got into the paint,
yeah.
and threw up a short 10-footer, and they were up by 1, and he missed it. And then Indiana Pacers ran down and hit a 2-pointer and won the game by 1.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it was.
Pretty exciting basketball for sure.
Yeah.
And then in game 2 on Sunday, it was a little different story.
Yeah, yeah.
That Alexander kind of took over the game. He's had 11 games with 30 points. I tell you, he's really cooking. And in the second game, he actually had 34 points, and Halliburton had only 17. And the final score was 123 Oklahoma to 107 for Indiana.
So how did they shut down Indiana that last game? Was it a good defense or was it a nasty defense?
I think in the first game that the Oklahoma City had, I think, 25 turnovers.
Oh,
So I think they cleaned up their own game.
yeah. They say okay.
Yeah, and I think that was the biggest difference.
Because,
Yeah, because like I say, I think Halliburton turned it over quite 4 or 5 times, and like I say, so all the turnovers were on Indy this time around. So, but like I say, yeah, it was a pretty good game.
I see a lot of slapping at the ball that years ago we never saw that kind of slapping. Even when a guy is dribbling, the other team is slapping at the ball, and if they can, they give a few elbows right into the jaw too.
Well,
But the slapping with the fingers out right,
Yeah.
I mean, they're taking a chance on breaking their own fingers.
Oh yeah.
I tell you, but it's noticeable now.
Yeah, because like I say, I don't really know how they call an NBA game anymore. 'Cause, I mean, the guy will, with the ball, actually lowers his shoulder and bangs directly into the guy
Right.
2 or 3 times.
And
And then he steps back and throws up a shot, and there's no foul call.
Yeah.
It's like, really? I don't know. But anyway, like I say, yeah, basketball fans seem to enjoy it. So, and in the World Series, women,
oh,
it was Texas against Texas Tech, and Texas won the first game 2-1, which was a pretty exciting game. And then game number 2, it was Texas Tech, 4-3. And then in the final game, Texas kind of jumped on them early. They scored 5 runs in the first inning.
yeah, that's
And then they ran away with it 10-4. So Texas won the Ladies World Series. And in the Belmont,
oh,
Oh, the
Oh.
Belmont. Yeah.
you know, yeah, that was a pretty sloppy mess they had out there.
Well,
New
they
Jersey.
were playing it up in Saratoga because they're working on
Oh.
the track
yeah.
in New York, which is where the Belmont
Right.
really is. That's the Belmont track
Oh, okay.
on Long Island. And but this time they went up to Saratoga, which is also in New York, but that's the only common feature.
Oh, all right.
You know, it looked like a replay of the Kentucky Derby.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, because the Kentucky Derby, Sovereignty won, and they took off the second race. What was that?
The Preakness.
Preakness.
Yeah.
And then
Because
they came
of
back
a-
in the
a
Belmont
foot,
and won
because
again.
of a foot
Yeah.
problem.
And you know, they were like neck and neck through the whole race, and then they came down
it
to.
well,
was
yeah.
amazing about the last 10 furlongs.
Yeah,
It
the
looked
home
like
stretch.
he shoveled it into.
Seemed like he found another gear or something,
Yeah,
man. He just
right.
walked away from journalism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he became the first. They couldn't have a triple crown because he wasn't in the
Right.
Preakness.
Right.
But the first horse to win the double crown, the to win two of
out of
them
three,
and
yeah.
drop and not the Preakness.
Wow. Okay.
So
Yeah.
that was.
Yeah, you always wonder if the guy kind of second guesses himself now. I mean,
No,
'cause he had a shot at-
he had a bad foot, a
Well,
slight
and they,
foot. They said.
I guess they worry if they run them too close together for the health of the horse.
Yeah, you'd think a couple of weeks would be plenty of time.
That yeah.
you
I mean, we
would.
could even run that.
Well, I don't know about that. That's a little stretch.
If you
know. There you go. But anyway, moving on to the UFL. The
yeah.
Michigan Panthers beat down the Birmingham Stallions, who had won the championship 4 times. So they won the conference championship. And they will face the Washington Defenders next Sunday for the UFL championship.
And where will it be held?
It should be at Michigan
You
Panthers.
think it is?
Yeah, because I was surprised that I thought Michigan was going to get the conference game, but they actually played it in Birmingham.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
So it's going to be here. Boy, they're not advertising it much, I tell you.
yeah, it should be here. But like I say, I don't know because they're not getting any publicity on
Nothing.
ESPN,
No.
and they're not getting much on like local TV station
No.
sports
What
programs.
is this? Yeah.
I don't know why they're kind of ignoring them, but like I say, being a conference champion, you think they kind of jump on the bandwagon. But
Boy, it's getting hard to tell which team is which. But it seems like Cleveland has a whole bunch, and I can never remember the names. And Chicago, and now Detroit is getting the Panthers in there, and you're saying, boy, oh boy.
yeah, because what makes you crazy is when they change their names. When they go from the Redskins to the Commanders,
Yes.
Yeah.
or
Yes.
the Indians to the what do they call them now? The Guardians. Yeah, Guardians.
Yeah, Guardian.
And then LA goes from back out into the Rams go back out in LA when they were up in St. Louis. It's like,
yeah.
I mean, all of these teams, they're just trying to confuse us, you know. San Diego Chargers go up to LA, so there's no more San Diego Chargers. There's the LA Chargers.
See, it's yeah.
And Las Vegas is getting
Yeah, they
in
threw
out
Las
there.
Vegas in there with the Raiders.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the old Oakland Alameda Coliseum is gone. So that was Defenders, and we got the Men's College World Series working. They should finish up the playoffs,
This week?
regionals. So
Okay.
they should have the final 8 for the World Series probably early this week sometime.
But none of the northern colleges, right?
Yeah, I don't think any of the UCLA was in it for a while out of
Yeah.
the Big Ten.
Well, yeah,
but
that's
that was
California
the only,
area.
Yeah, that was the only.
That's what I mean. Yeah,
technically Big
everything
Ten
was
school.
southern. So.
Yeah. So like I say, the southern schools definitely have a big edge when it comes to
Yeah.
outdoor sports.
They
in
got
the
about 4 months
summertime.
more. Yeah.
And also, we got Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers
Yeah.
actually signed with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah.
He's been hemming and hawing for
He's been
who
going
knows how
back
long,
and
man.
forth
But
and-
yeah, it's like I think you probably should have just stayed home.
Yeah. Which week is it?
You know.
Is he on Green Bay this week, or is he?
Yeah, because they open up against the Jets.
Yeah.
Uh. So they play his old team there, and it's like that should
Oh.
be interesting. So, and then I think week 8 they play in Green Bay.
Whoa.
So
Well, they got
so
they got a ways to go there.
But like I say, I mean, I don't know why the Pittsburgh Steelers would even want him, but like I say, hey, who knows? Maybe he's got one good season left, you know?
Well, it isn't as much of that as his name is worth something
Yeah.
to some
Well,
people.
you know, it's kind of like Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that he even shows up all of a sudden it's all about Tiger Woods. Oh, who won the tournament? Oh, we don't care. Tiger Woods
Tiger
did this
Woods,
and that.
yeah.
You know, he didn't make the cut, but
He's a good caddy.
but yeah, somebody won the tournament, but we got to focus on Tiger Woods. So anyway, but that should about do it for me. That we also have in the WNBA, the Lynx is 9-0, and the Liberty is 8-0 at the moment. So, like I say, a lot of good sports going on at the moment. If anybody's interested in the basketball, hockey, baseball,
Everything.
Yeah, everything's going on.
Everything.
Well, I'll turn it over to Chuck because
Okay,
we had some
we're gonna
excitement
talk
at the Michigan
yeah.
Speedway.
Yeah, we're going to MIS.
There we go.
We had a wonderful race last weekend, and the crazy thing about it is that tires were okay. It's a two-mile track, a very fast track. It's known as the fastest track in NASCAR.
Wow.
And as it went on, it wasn't the speed that did it, but it was that wonderful thing called gasoline. And because every race car can talk back to the pit, and it's on a frequency that anybody can tune in. You know, now you can do it. Even I could tune into one or the other of all 40 cars.
Wow.
You can tune in and hear what they're talking about. As it came down to 5 laps to go in this race, Hamlin.
What makes that track so fast?
The way it's a 2-mile track,
Big.
and it's got tremendously long.
Is it the angle?
It's
of
not
the
that.
track?
It isn't that much, and therefore it just works out.
Yeah,
It
the
is
size of the
beautiful.
track is
They
usually
just
where you can pick up those straight.
floor the accelerator and boom.
Yeah, and it's easy on the turns too.
There you
Whereas others, when they are up like that and they come back down, sometimes it gets narrower and that slows them down. They've got to get up, but on this track they can just circle right around. I mean, it could actually put you to sleep as you're driving that sucker. But anyway, Hamlin.
The noise will keep you awake.
Oh, will it? No mufflers. Remember, ladies, no mufflers on these suckers. Hamlin's 5. He's the 5th place. He gets notified that the 4 cars ahead of him have to come in to get gas. They tell Hamlin, do your race stuff. Don't worry about wasting gas. Go fast. And one by one, he knocks them off because they've got to conserve gas in order to get to the end of the race. One by one, he does it. In the last lap and a half, he comes up to the top, and they start the race hard. But the other car, he's got to conserve gas. He can't run it hard.
Oh.
Hamlin still pushes on because they have 1/2 a lap left of gas, and he wins it by that.
Wow.
So gas was the big thing, and it was just crazy that he picked up gas the last time, maybe a lap and a half later than the other cars. Therefore, he had more gas in it, and he won the race. But the big thing is that was his 4th time doing it. He's 40-some years old,
Oh, okay.
and he's doing very well for this time here.
For an old guy?
Yeah, it is old when you consider the guy's been doing this since the age of 4 or something out in California.
long time.
They showed him in his little thing racing around. So Hamlin did very well. I wanted to talk about the Tigers a little bit. A week ago, I was quoted, I think, that by 4th of July, I felt that the Tigers would wind up in 3rd place. That's the way I felt it.
What?
After this last weekend, by the manipulation of the people playing, maybe they can stay in 1st place. And now today, there's a talk about we need a 3rd baseman who can really hit also. We have been able to sniggle around and get people to take different positions. But we have a top-notch guy back in Toledo, and maybe they think that they can trade that guy for a real super-duper third baseman from a fourth-place team. I won't say which one.
Yeah.
But maybe they can pull him in for 1 year. They will pay him for the half-a-year deal the $15 million. They'll pay $7.5 million just to rent him to play third base for us, and give them our top choice guy back in Toledo. And it looks like it may work out. If that does it, that really puts us into a fine position. I wanted to talk about also something that came up today about they're starting to really worry about attendance at baseball.
Oh,
Who do you think has the highest attendance? Who do you think?
Dodgers.
Dodgers, right. 50,227 at every game. They have that.
Nice.
Okay, second place,
New York.
right. 42,000. That's a big difference.
Sure.
We are 19th. Detroit 19, 26,808. Now here's the crazy thing. What is the lowest team?
Oh, yeah, I don't know. 10,000 for the Rockies.
Believe it or not, it's Tampa Bay, 9,800. Remember, they don't have their stadium. They're playing in a college one, aren't they?
Oh,
No, they're playing in the New York Yankees or somebody's spring league. Yeah.
Spring training
They're playing
stadium.
9,000.
Wow.
Can you imagine trying to keep your team together with only that kind of money?
Yeah,
It could take your money away really fast
You
to
would
pay
think.
their due.
no doubt.
But
Well, like I say,
it's,
usually
that,
it's
that
the
came
TV
in
money
today.
that carries these guys nowadays,
Yeah, well, yeah.
or not.
No. But anyway, that's what I have.
Okay.
And talk about one other thing. TNT in Discovery, those channels are not TNT anymore. Now they're owned by, and Paramount. They've all been split up, and you probably read it in the paper. They're going to have one channel or two channels, which are going to be sports. They're going to have movies, and they're going in that direction. And this morning they talked about there are 72 different channels available,
Wow.
but they are all on this, not when you watch it live, what do you call it? Streaming.
Oh.
72 channels, and it's getting to the point where there's so many channels going like this, it's a wonder if anybody will be able to make any money out of it.
Wow.
Now, the one thing that I heard from somewhere around here is that Mr. Ilitch is thinking of having his channel too, maybe in a couple of years, and has hired the announcers already that he could use at that time.
Oh.
He wants to have his own sports channel, just like New York Yankees. You know,
Wow.
they have their own. They don't play with other buddies. They got their own. Maybe this is something coming. But you know what that means? More money.
Yeah.
Well,
Now,
sports are becoming the reason or the basis for other businesses to make more money.
Well, you know, it doesn't surprise me. I mean, they have a Big Ten channel, they have an SEC channel, they have
Yeah,
an
yeah,
ACC
yeah.
channel. So, like I say, I mean, all of these college conferences have their own channel.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me that, you know, all the baseball teams wouldn't
Hey,
get their own channel.
Alegria Village might even get a channel.
Yeah.
Boy, we need him. yeah. We can watch. Where they throw it into that little hole?
There
What
you
is
go. Cornhole.
it? Cornhole.
There you go.
I mean, come on.
And
We
when
gotta-
cornhole's not on, they can throw axes.
There you go. But But we need dancing ladies or something on the
Oh,
sideline.
sure.
Cheering.
Cheerleaders.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
That's your job.
All right, what you got, Rob?
Well,
French Open.
you would think from the name of it that the Canadian Open would be a big golf tournament,
Oh, yeah.
but it's really just a little drop in the bucket.
Oh,
And with a total purse of not even 10 million.
oh,
But it's a great feeling between the PGA tournament, a major, and the U.S. Open, which starts this week.
oh, okay.
And it turned out to be a fairly exciting tournament.
Nice.
The winner was Ryan Fox from New Zealand, not
Okay.
a normal name you
Right.
Yeah,
hear.
yeah, that's what I mean.
This was, I think, his fourth win, and he won in a four-hole overtime
Whoa.
playoff
Wow.
against Sam Burns, who's from Louisiana, and also I think this would have been his second or third win. So,
Yeah.
So it was exciting in the finish. He wins not even about 1,800,000.
Oh, what a shame.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that Canadian money or American money?
Well,
It's $1.37 difference right now.
Oh, okay.
Well, I think it's,
It's
I-
money.
I
It's
just
a-
wonder
it's
about
a million.
it.
Whatever, yeah, it's
Yeah,
a million.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I don't think you got to quibble.
well, Joaquin Neiman from Chile won the Live Golf Tournament
Oh, okay.
down in Virginia last week, and of course they have all the money in the world.
Yeah. Our
And the-
money.
The really important thing about his win was that it allows him to qualify to play in the U.S. Open.
Oh,
Oh.
okay.
Oh, they've got a.
And, there's a lot of money, but only certain people in the Live group can play in our
Wow.
majors.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. So for him, he'll be playing this week where a lot of other Live members
Yeah, they'll.
Uh-huh.
So.
didn't qualify. So anyway, that's pretty much the golf news. The major, there's a lot of tennis news because the French Open played the last 2 weeks.
Right.
And for the U.S., the exciting news was that Coco Gauff,
All right.
who is now aged to 21 years, she's not the little 12-year-old that we remember
Oh yeah, yeah.
playing 9 years ago and beating Venus Williams.
Wow. Nice.
She beat Elena Sabalenka,
Oh, good job, buddy. I never
Yes,
got that.
good job saying
Yeah,
it.
wow.
a Russian.
Boy, was she defeated. Was she down after she lost?
She,
Oh, wow.
and it was anyway. Sabalenka won the first set in a tie break, and then golf won the last 2 sets,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
2 and 4. So she just crushed Sabalenka,
Yeah. Yeah.
and she was.
Yeah.
Wow.
She was just about.
She couldn't
Right.
even sit straight in a chair afterwards when they were interviewing her.
Yeah.
She was bent
she
over like
was
this.
just
Totally out of it.
Wow.
Totally out.
But it was golf second win in a slam. So she's starting to come into her own now. And the other exciting thing was that Carlos Alcaraz beat Yannick Sinner.
Oh, okay.
Alvarez is the Spaniard,
Yeah.
Sinner is the Italian, in the finals of the men. It took 5.5 hours
Can you imagine?
to play that match.
Can
Wow.
you imagine?
I mean, it was
Yeah.
just amazing. And Sinner won the first 2 sets.
Oh,
That's why it lasted.
yeah, you
so
would have
long.
thought it was over.
And then the
And
other
then
guy.
Alcaraz
He
just
just-
kept going. I mean, it was some of those points were 45 and 50 volleys back and forth.
But they were hitting the ball in unusual ways too. It wasn't a straight thing between the legs and everything else. I looked.
It was an unbelievable match, and it looks like we're getting down to the big, what I would call the big 3. Now that we've got Federer retiring and the
Nadal.
Spaniard
Nadal.
and Nadal retiring, we're ending up with Novak Djokovic,
Right.
who's still pretty good, although Sinner won pretty handily.
Yeah.
And Sinner and Alcaraz are really looking very good.
Yeah, I think either one or the other won the last 6 tournaments, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something.
So anyway, that was the next one is Wimbledon,
Ooh,
and
there you
that
go.
comes up in a couple of weeks.
Ah, there you
So
go.
that'll be fun. That's played on grass, so that's another different surface,
Yeah.
and we'll see what happens there. This week in golf, the U.S. Open
Oh,
is
okay.
being played at Oakmont.
That's in.
Oakmont's near Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Yeah.
In fact, if you're driving on the Pennsylvania Turnpike, you drive right through it.
Right. Yeah.
There you go.
Yep. So
That's about it then.
that's about it for
Good.
me.
Good. You wanna
All
wrap
right.
up?
Well, thanks, guys. I think we covered just about all the bases. Like I say, we're missing the boss here, but
We miss it
managed-
very much.
We did manage to get
Yeah,
through.
we got through it in
Ah.
one piece.
So,
I-
From the sports
I-
guys?
I noticed in this morning's paper, I think 5 of the different sports channels are naming the Tigers as the best team in baseball.
Yeah. Yeah.
perfect.
You know what that means.
That means it's time to close while the Tigers are ahead. Have a great
Anyway.
day, everybody.
Bye bye now.
Hi, everybody. I'm Pete Krupski, the voice of USA Hockey's National Team Development Program. You're watching CTV Sports.